What if you could break free from the thoughts that hold you back? Imagine a life where your mind isn't clouded by doubts, fears, or limiting beliefs. A life where you're able to see clearly, think freely, and act confidently. This isn't just a dream, it's a real possibility. Today, we're going to uncover the secret to freeing your mind. Our minds are powerful tools, but they can also become our biggest obstacles. Many of us live with mental barriers that we may not even be aware of. These barriers limit our potential and keep us from achieving our goals. They're like invisible chains, holding us back from the life we truly want to live. Think about it. How often have you stopped yourself from trying something new because you thought you weren't good enough? How many times have you held back your opinions or ideas because you were afraid of what others might think? These are examples of how our minds can trap us, keeping us in a limited space of comfort and familiarity. But what exactly are these mental chains? They're often referred to as limiting beliefs, thoughts and ideas that we've accepted as true, even if they're not. These beliefs can come from many sources: our upbringing, past experiences, or societal expectations. They whisper in our ears, telling us we can't do something, we're not worthy, or that change is too difficult or scary. Negative thought patterns play a big role in creating these mental chains. When we repeatedly think negative thoughts, our brains create neural pathways that make it easier for these thoughts to occur again and again. It's like walking the same path through a field of grass. The more you walk it, the more defined the path becomes, and the easier it is to follow. The price of a closed mind is high. When we allow our thoughts to limit us, we miss out on countless opportunities. We might pass up on job offers because we don't think we're qualified. We might avoid social situations because we're convinced we're not interesting enough. We might never start the business we've been dreaming about because we believe we don't have what it takes to succeed. This closed mindset doesn't just affect our external actions, it impacts our personal growth too. When we're stuck in rigid thinking patterns, we struggle to learn new things or see situations from different perspectives. We become resistant to change, even when that change could benefit us. Our personal development stagnates, and we find ourselves stuck in the same patterns year after year. But there's good news. Just as our minds can become trapped, they can also be freed. Mental freedom is possible, and it's within your reach. So what does a free mind look like? How can you tell if you're moving towards mental liberation? There are several signs of an open, free mind. One key indicator is flexibility in thinking. When you're mentally free, you're able to consider different viewpoints without feeling threatened. You can change your opinion when presented with new information. You're curious about the world and eager to learn. Another sign is resilience in the face of challenges. A free mind doesn't crumble under pressure or give up at the first sign of difficulty. Instead, it sees obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning. It's able to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. A free mind is also creative. It's not bound by conventional thinking or the way things have always been done. It can come up with innovative solutions to problems and think outside the box. This creativity isn't limited to artistic pursuits, it applies to all areas of life, from problem solving at work to managing relationships. Emotional regulation is another important aspect of mental freedom. When your mind is free, you're not at the mercy of your emotions. You can experience feelings without being overwhelmed by them. You're able to respond to situations thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. In contrast, a restricted mindset often shows up as rigidity, fear of change, and a tendency to see things in black and white. People with closed minds often struggle with critical thinking, preferring to accept information without questioning it. They may also have a hard time admitting when they're wrong or considering perspectives different from their own. Now, you might be wondering, is there any scientific basis for this idea of freeing your mind? The answer is yes. The concept of neuroplasticity provides a scientific foundation for understanding how we can change our thought patterns and free our minds. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to change and adapt throughout our lives. In the past, scientists believed that the brain structure was fixed after childhood. But research has shown that our brains continue to create new neural connections and alter existing ones in response to new experiences and learning. This means that even if you've spent years thinking in a certain way, it's possible to change. You can create new neural pathways that support more positive, open ways of thinking. It's like creating new paths through that field of grass we mentioned earlier. At first, it might be difficult and require conscious effort. But over time, with repetition, these new pathways become stronger and easier to follow. Studies have shown that practices like meditation and mindfulness can actually change the physical structure of the brain. These practices have been found to increase gray matter in areas associated with learning, memory, and emotional regulation. They've also been shown to decrease activity in the amygdala, the part of the brain associated with stress and fear responses. This scientific understanding gives us hope. It tells us that no matter how long we've been stuck in certain thought patterns, change is possible. Our brains are capable of rewiring themselves, allowing us to break free from limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns. So, how can we put this knowledge into practice? What techniques can we use to free our minds? There are several practical methods that can help us on this path to mental liberation. One powerful technique is mindfulness meditation. This practice involves focusing your attention on the present moment, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. By doing this regularly, you can start to create some distance between yourself and your thoughts. You begin to realize that you are not your thoughts, you're the observer of your thoughts. This realization can be incredibly freeing. Another effective method is cognitive restructuring. This involves identifying negative or limiting thoughts and challenging them. When you notice a thought that's holding you back, ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have for and against it? What would I tell a friend if they had this thought? By questioning your thoughts in this way, you can start to break down the power they hold over you. Affirmations can also be a useful tool. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly. For example, if you often think I'm not good enough, you might use the affirmation I am capable and worthy. At first, this might feel strange or even false. But remember, you're creating new neural pathways. With repetition, these positive thoughts can become more natural and believable. Exposure therapy is another technique that can help free your mind. This involves gradually exposing yourself to things you fear or avoid. If you're afraid of public speaking, for instance, you might start by speaking up more in small group settings, then move on to larger groups over time. This gradual exposure helps your brain learn that the thing you fear isn't actually as threatening as you thought. Journaling is another powerful practice for mental freedom. Writing down your thoughts can help you process them more clearly. It can also help you identify patterns in your thinking that you might not have noticed before. Try writing freely for a few minutes each day, without judging or censoring yourself. You might be surprised at the insights you gain. Learning new skills or hobbies can also contribute to mental freedom. When you learn something new, you're literally creating new neural connections in your brain. This can help break you out of rigid thinking patterns and open your mind to new possibilities. Plus, the sense of accomplishment you get from mastering a new skill can boost your confidence and challenge limiting beliefs about your abilities. Physical exercise is another important component of freeing your mind. Exercise has been shown to reduce stress, improve mood, and enhance cognitive function. It can help clear your mind and give you a fresh perspective on your thoughts and problems. Remember, these techniques aren't quick fixes. Freeing your mind is a process that requires consistent effort and practice. It's normal to face obstacles along the way. You might find yourself slipping back into old thought patterns, or feeling frustrated when change doesn't happen as quickly as you'd like. One common challenge is the discomfort that comes with change. Even if our current thought patterns are limiting us, they are familiar. Changing them can feel uncomfortable or even scary. It's important to remember that this discomfort is normal and temporary. It's a sign that you're growing and changing. Another obstacle you might face is self-doubt. As you work to free your mind, you might find yourself questioning whether you're capable of change. Remember, this doubt is just another thought, it's not a fact. Refer back to the science of neuroplasticity. Your brain is capable of change, regardless of what your doubts might tell you. External influences can also pose challenges. Friends, family, or colleagues might be used to you behaving in certain ways. As you change your thinking and behavior, they might resist or question these changes. It's important to stay committed to your growth, even if others don't understand it at first. Setbacks are another common obstacle. You might have days where you fall back into old thought patterns or behaviors. This is normal and doesn't mean you've failed. Think of it as part of the learning process. Each setback is an opportunity to learn more about yourself and refine your approach. To overcome these obstacles, it's crucial to be patient and kind with yourself. Remember that change takes time. Celebrate small victories along the way. Each time you challenge a limiting belief or try something new, you're making progress. It can also be helpful to have a support system. This could be friends, family, a therapist, or a support group. Having people who understand and support your journey can make a big difference when facing challenges. As you work on freeing your mind, you might start to notice changes not just in yourself, but in your relationships and environment too. This is known as the ripple effect. As you become more open-minded and less limited by negative thoughts, you might find that you're able to connect with others more deeply. You might become more empathetic, better able to understand different perspectives. You might also notice that you're more resilient in the face of life's challenges. Problems that once seemed overwhelming might start to look more manageable. You might find yourself coming up with creative solutions that you wouldn't have thought of before. Your increased mental freedom might inspire others around you. As they see the positive changes in you, they might become curious about how they can free their own minds. In this way, your personal growth can have a positive impact on your community and beyond. On a broader scale, imagine a society where more people are working to free their minds. We might see more innovation, more compassion, and more cooperation. We might be better equipped to solve global challenges and create a more positive future for everyone. To maintain and continue developing mental freedom, it's important to incorporate practices into your daily life. These don't have to be time-consuming or complicated. Even small, consistent actions can make a big difference over time. Start your day with a few minutes of mindfulness. This could be as simple as taking a few deep breaths and setting an intention for the day. Throughout the day, try to catch yourself when you're having limiting or negative thoughts. Take a moment to challenge these thoughts or replace them with more positive ones. Make time for learning. This could be reading a book, listening to a podcast, or watching an educational video. The subject doesn't matter as much as the act of engaging your mind and exposing yourself to new ideas. Practice gratitude. Each day, think of 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice can help shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right in your life. Engage in regular physical exercise. This could be a workout at the gym, a walk in nature, or a dance session in your living room. The important thing is to get your body moving. Make time for creativity. This could be drawing, writing, cooking, or any other activity that allows you to express yourself and think in new ways. Connect with others. Share your thoughts and listen to others' perspectives. This can help broaden your viewpoint and challenge your assumptions. Reflect on your day. Before bed, take a few minutes to think about what you learned or how you grew that day. This can help reinforce positive changes and keep you motivated on your journey. Remember, freeing your mind is an ongoing process. It's not about reaching a perfect state of constant positivity or never having a negative thought again. It's about developing the ability to observe your thoughts, question them when necessary, and choose which ones to act on. It's about becoming more flexible in your thinking, more open to new ideas and experiences. It's about developing resilience so that setbacks and challenges don't derail you. It's about cultivating curiosity and a love of learning that keeps you growing throughout your life. As you continue on this path, you might find that your definition of mental freedom evolves. You might discover new aspects of yourself and new possibilities for your life. Stay open to this growth and change. Your mind is incredibly powerful. It has the ability to limit you, but it also has the ability to free you. By understanding how your mind works and actively working to free it from limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns, you're opening yourself up to a world of possibilities. Think about the goals you've been afraid to pursue, the ideas you've been hesitant to voice, the person you've wanted to become but didn't think you could be. With a free mind, all of these become possible. So, are you ready to start your journey towards mental freedom? Remember, it starts with a single step. It starts with being willing to question your thoughts and beliefs. It starts with being open to change and growth. You have the power to free your mind. You have the ability to create a life of greater joy, creativity, and fulfillment. The secret to freeing your mind isn't really a secret at all. It's within you, waiting to be discovered and put into action. Take that first step today. Challenge a limiting belief. Try a new perspective. Practice mindfulness. Learn something new. Your future self will thank you for it. Remember, every great achievement, every positive change, every step forward in human progress started in someone's mind. By freeing your mind, you're not just improving your own life, you're contributing to the betterment of the world around you. So go ahead, take that first step. Your journey to mental freedom starts now. The power is in your hands. What will you do with it?